And that's the way I kind of got involved, because I realized the importance of age friendly and having like young people and old people not have a division between the two ages. So that was the way I kind of got involved, was through business and society and understanding the importance. And then like I'm thinking about my career in the future as well. So it was great to like be able to communicate with people of all ages and to really like understand one another as well. It was fantastic. And like we had so many common things to talk about. It was great. Like we were both like meditation, and it was so good to get other people's perspectives. It was really enjoyable. I kind of looked at like more the phone as well as the laptop, because I suppose the phone has become more common today. And we looked at Google Maps, we looked at online shopping, emails. It was like a full basic tools, but like some things that are not so basic for the older generation, which was really good. Like you don't really understand how difficult the things are until like you're putting yourself in the shoes of someone else. It was really interesting to listen to that, and how like it was different as well, because we like had like she had children, so I was listening to about her children, and we were sending them messages using the gifts, and it was really enjoyable. Like her daughter was delighted that she could like send her location and the gifts and everything, so it was fantastic.
It was interesting. It was quite challenging. Some of the stuff I thought was quite basic, but obviously they didn't. But they were very patient. They did want to learn, and I think at the end they were quite happy with what they got.
Not in terms of technology, but like just the intergenerational skills of like listening to them. Like they all just love a chat as well. I'd say a lot of them came for the social aspect as well as the skills. Like just getting to talk to them about stories. Like you got to learn some. I don't know. Like I was kind of put with a different person every week, because not the same person showed up every week. So like you got to meet new people, you got to learn new stories and like backgrounds about them. So they're all pretty interesting in their own way.
It was definitely a lot of learning experience. Although I was the teacher, I think you learn a lot by being a teacher also, which was fantastic.
I definitely do it again, yeah. I thought, yeah, obviously they learned a lot from it and they were very grateful. And just from the feedback they gave the week after, kind of filling in on what they learned the last week has kind of changed. Like now they're able to kind of video call their daughter in London, or send gifts, or just kind of things like that they weren't able to do before. I think it is very rewarding to hear that.
It sort of gave me a different perspective to what we were learning, that there's people out there that weren't sort of understanding the basic elements of stuff that we take for granted. So it gave me a sort of a different perspective and helped me sort of empathize with people who maybe don't understand fully what different elements of stuff that I take for granted in this sort of digital world today. Yeah, I think today's world sort of caters to younger people rather than older, especially in the digital landscape where everything is changing and adapting very quickly. It's hard for people that aren't constantly using online services to keep up to date with them.
Yeah, I definitely learned a lot. One thing is to slow down, I suppose. Like I'm always, I suppose we're always just going so fast at like such a fast pace. I suppose COVID did teach us that as well. But to slow down and kind of like go through things more clearly. Something that I actually am very, very poor at is like skimming through an article and like reading the whole thing. Like in college, I suppose that's what we kind of do.
Yeah, 100%. Like I suppose like the older you get, the more experience you have, the more wisdom. So just they're not as stupid as we are. I suppose that'd probably be the main one. They're definitely smarter. Like they've been through most things we've been through. So just listening to them, you learn a lot. So.
You know, I was just very pleased, and he was he just said to text anytime if I was having difficulty, because he was writing down everything we did, you know, and I had those notes. So that, but it is very good, you know, it's amazing. I have a daughter, you know, who lectures in a university, but in London, and you know, she's too far away, and then my son isn't good on computers, and we don't see him very often. So, and my husband. So it's, you know, if you have some basic inquiries, how to save something or how to forward or whatever, it's really difficult to find somebody, you know. And then, of course, there were no classes over the last 2 years. Yeah. Oh yes, I would. Yes. Yeah, I would be interested in doing another computer class, because I just find, as a mature person, it's very frustrating, you know. But you don't have the same brain power, and you need to repeat things, you know. And I find if I went back again, I think I'd even get more. I'd be more comfortable, because the first day I didn't know where the car park was. I didn't know where anything, and it was it was a graduation day as well. So there were an awful lot of other people there, and it was all a bit difficult to navigate. But I'd feel a lot more comfortable going back now, you know.